You want me to pay how much? You're going to charge me $50 an hour to set up a WordPress website? No thanks. I'll find someone on Fiverr to do that for me. That's the client, and that's the conversation we're all afraid of, right? I know that before I started freelancing, I was definitely concerned about that. Today, there are page builders, there are logo makers, there are all kinds of these do it yourself tools. There are people on Fiverr charging very little. So, how am I going to charge a living wage when someone else can do it themselves, or they can pay someone in a country with a cheap cost of living next to nothing to build their website for them? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about. If you're new to the channel, my name is Taylor, and in this video, I'm going to talk about why, no matter what your technical skill level is, why you can charge what you're worth, you can charge a living wage for your freelance web development services.
Yummy.
First of all, if you are going to be charging any money, if you're going to be earning money for providing freelance web development services, you are a professional. So act like a professional. And what does a professional freelance web developer do? They provide value to their clients, and that's why they get paid. The more value you can provide, the more you can charge, obviously. Now, put yourselves in the shoes of a business owner who needs a website built. Another thing to keep in mind is that you'll see as you get into freelancing that most business owners or most clients have more than one project. If you do well for them, they'll contact you again, maybe next week, maybe next year. But if you do well and you are professional, chances are very high that they'll hire you for their next project. Now put yourselves in their shoes. Like I said, think about things from their perspective. Chances are the client doesn't know a whole lot about web technology. They don't really know what they need for their website. Maybe they know they want a WordPress website. Maybe they know they need this or that. But remember, they are not the technical expert. So when they're looking for a freelance web developer, what are they looking for? Well, they're looking for someone who speaks their language well, right? In this case, English. So they want someone who can speak English at a native level or at least close to it. They probably want someone on the same or a very similar time zone as them, because that obviously makes communication much easier. And third, they want a good communicator. During a project, good communication saves so much time, and remember that time is money. These business owners, these clients, they're busy people too. They don't have time to be sending a million messages, clarifying every little thing, or checking over to make sure that their web developer didn't make some huge mistakes or miss their notes. So if you can understand their vision from the get-go, if you can ask quality questions and just communicate well with the client, you are already providing a lot of value to your client just by being professional. And that includes being reliable. I can't tell you how many clients I've had who said, well, our last developer was all right. You know, he seemed to know what he was doing, but suddenly he or she just disappeared, and now we have to find someone else. There are also tons of stories where clients did try to find the cheapest person, and they quickly realized that the quality of their website was terrible, and the person was not reliable. So now, after getting burned on that decision, now they're looking for a quality person to work with, a reliable web developer who can communicate well and who will be professional. So just remember that no matter what your skill level is, if you can be a professional person, if you can be a good person to work with and you can be reliable, that in itself provides a ton of value to your clients. And if you're going to be that reliable, professional web developer that clients want to work with, then you need to make sure that you are making enough to pay your bills. I don't know about you, but if I'm not charging enough for a project, it's hard for me to dedicate the time and to be professional when dealing with that client because I feel like I'm getting gypped. So and you can even tell this to your client. look, in order for me to do a good job and dedicate the time it takes to make a quality website for you, then I need to charge this much. Because at the end of the day, we all need to pay our bills, and clients, good clients at least, they want to work with someone who's making a living. They want to work with a professional. So if you're going to provide professional service and create quality websites, you need to make sure you can eat, that you can pay your bills as well. So think about that too when you're giving clients an estimate or when you're thinking about how much to charge for certain products or services. Now, I know a lot of web developers are building complex websites that not just anyone could build, but I really want to address these no-code, do-it-yourself tools that allow anyone to make a website. What sets a web developer apart from these tools? Why can't someone use Wix or Divi or Elementor and build the website themselves? Well, I saw a website a couple weeks ago that had obviously been built by a family friend, and you know what? It looked all right on the outside. On the surface, it looked pretty good. But as I logged in, this was a Divi website, and as I logged in to look at it, there were a lot of problems. They originally contacted me because the website wasn't very mobile friendly, but there were a lot of other problems too. And I think people who are building websites themselves, maybe they have their little cousin, some teenager build the website for them. There are a lot of problems that websites like that are going to have. This website I'm talking about probably had 100 H1 tags. Anything that was larger than paragraph text, it was an H1. There were whole paragraphs that were inside of an H1 tag. Lots of H1 tags. Anyone with even the most basic web development knowledge will know that there should only be one H1 tag on a page, and that will help both SEO and accessibility. This website also had huge images on it. None of the images were optimized. Some of them were like half a megabyte. And none of the images had alt tags, alternative text tags. So not only was this website not responsive, it wasn't accessible, it was very slow because of these huge images, and I see that all the time on websites that have been built by people because anyone can build a website. So there's nothing wrong with using Divi or Elementor or Wix or Squarespace or whatever. Very good developers are using those tools. But what I'm trying to show you is that even someone with just a little bit of web development knowledge, even someone who started learning web development, HTML and CSS 1 month ago, they're going to make a better website than just anyone can make. By now, hopefully I've convinced you that you can provide value even with just a base knowledge of how web development works, even just knowledge of HTML. But if you're not convinced, think about it. That client doesn't want to pay a lot to get the website built, right? But they want the traffic, they want the visitors, they want the sales. Well, if they paid someone $5 an hour or $10 an hour to make their website, chances are it won't be very SEO friendly, images won't be optimized, the website won't be very accessible. By paying someone, let's say $50 an hour, that developer will probably build the website faster. The website itself will be faster because things like the images will be optimized. It will be more accessible. It will likely be more mobile friendly and just responsive in general. And so just by doing those simple things, you're already providing the client with a much better website that will be in a much better position to rank on Google, and it will be more accessible and faster, thus leading to more sales, more page views, etc. So to wrap things up here, just by being professional, being reliable, and communicating well, you're providing a ton of value to your clients. Remember that time is money to your clients too, and they're busy people. So if you are reliable, that saves them a lot of time and money, because they don't have to look for other developers. They know they can go to you, that you're reliable, and they can trust you. And even with very basic web development knowledge, you're going to be providing them with a much higher quality website than what they would get from if they did it themselves or if they found a family friend to do it. That's why I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your business skills, your networking skills are much more important as a freelance web developer than your actual technical skills. So charge what you're worth, provide good service, and that will, first of all, that will bring your clients back. They'll become regulars for you, and they'll also spread the word about you because lots of people need quality web developers, and lots of people don't even need web developers with a ton of skill, but they need someone who knows a little bit, they need someone who's reliable, and they need someone that communicates well and is professional. Thanks for watching. Again, my name is Taylor. This is Coding for Tacos. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you get outbid on a lot of projects if you're a freelance web developer? Do you feel like it's hard to charge what you're worth or what you want to be charging? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.